Hey, pipe smokers. Southern Piper here with another installment of Monday Musings. Getting this done a little bit late. But better late than never, right? That's what they say. So I'm holding my camera a little bit different. So I'm going to be from your perspective, it's probably going to look like I'm looking way to my left. And I don't mean to, but it is what it is. So I decided I was in a codger mood this evening. So I am smoking some half and half in this little K-Woody. This is one that I cleaned up a while back. But it is a K-Woody. It looks like there's I can't tell if it's an F or a T, and then I believe it's 35 is the number there. But it is a K-Woody, I believe it says premium grain. I want to try to look over there where the camera is. But anyway, I'm going to bring it a little bit closer, rest my arm on my knee. So, Christmas is over. Tree's still up, as you can tell. The boys headed out. They made it home safely. I've been doing a little bit of housekeeping today. Did a little bit of carpet cleaning, replaced my furnace filter, which is one of those 1-year deals. So now I'm doing my Monday musing. So I'll give you a little bit of, you've never seen this angle before, I don't guess. So that over my shoulder, that's my air purifier. That is a Bissell Air 220. Santa Claus brought that to me last year. That is, I think it helps. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, they can tell I smoke in the house when they come over. But most of those people know I smoke in the house. So I think they just say that. I don't know. So that's the air purifier. That's my beer fridge right there. I inherited that. That was one of those deals where one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's how I acquired that at no cost. Probably about 4 years ago. And this lamp, Santa Claus brought me that. So it's kind of like a smoking lamp for this room. I love it. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot as shit. But back in the fall, when I went down to see my youngest boy for his birthday, there was a Greek Fest in Mobile. And I found that at the Greek Fest. Drinking some bourbon in pretty cool glass. I got all three boys and myself a set of glasses with our last name on it. So that's cool. That was a Christmas present to all of us. So anyway, I'm 5 minutes into this video and I'm rambling. And you probably want me to get to the musing. So I'll oblige you. So even though I've been doing work around the house today, I've had the TV on the SEC network, just as background noise, well, not time waster because I was busy, but just background noise. And they've had a series on all day called the history. What was it? Saturdays in the South, the history of SEC football. And one of the episodes they talked about the 1992 season. For those of you not familiar, in 1992, the Southeastern Conference football, Southeastern Conference in general, all sports, they expanded from 10 teams to 12. That year they added University of Arkansas, and they added University of South Carolina. So they went from 10 teams to 12, and they created divisions, 6 teams in each, East and West. And so in order to determine the conference champion, the league decided that they would have a conference championship game. And there was a certain level of controversy about it. People were upset that you've added a game to the schedule, more chance to get injured. You're going to continue to beat each other up. You're never going to be able to compete for a national championship. Now, in 92, I was in high school. And, of course, I'm an Alabama fan, as many of you know. And that year, we went undefeated regular season, and we played Florida in the inaugural SEC championship game. It was played here in Birmingham at the old Gray Lady, Legion Field. Alabama won the game, and it was one of those deals where, looking back on it, it really could have, it wound up changing the landscape of college football. Had Alabama lost, you probably wouldn't have people doing conference championship games because we were undefeated, and had we lost, we may not have been able to play for the national championship that year. And so other conferences probably wouldn't have done it. Now, fast forward 30 years, every conference has a championship game. So, Alabama beats Florida. I believe the final was 28-21. Antonio Langham, cornerback for Alabama, intercepted a Shane Matthews pass around the 25-yard line, I believe, and ran it back for a touchdown. Florida's 25. So it was 25-yard pick six. We go on to win, and the rest is history. It was successful. Alabama had changed the course of college football by winning the game. So we go on to play in the Sugar Bowl because back then the SEC champion played in the Sugar Bowl. And I think it was like it was regardless. There was a contract in place. Sorry, my hand's getting tired. So that year, and I'm thinking about this a little bit. I get very nostalgic around the holidays, and so that year we went to, we meaning my family, because I was in high school. I believe my sister would have been, I think she was in her first year of college. She was going to the local community college in our town. And I believe it was the day after Christmas we left to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And so it was the 26th or the 27th. It was me and mom and dad, my sister, and I have a cousin that's a couple of years younger than me. The five of us go to Gatlinburg. And back then I had a Bama hat that I would wear all the time. Wore the hell out of it. It was in rough shape. But I remember sitting on the sidewalk there in Gatlinburg, and I was right outside of a little McDonald's right there on the strip, and I've got a big old mouthful of Quarter Pounder, got my Alabama hat on, and this Miami fan walks by and says something along the line. Pause for a minute. University of Miami Hurricanes. That's who Alabama was playing for the national championship in the Sugar Bowl, right? Which would have been played January 1st of that year. I don't remember what day of the week any of that would have been. But here I am, sitting on the strip in Gatlinburg, got a big old mouthful of Quarter Pounder. A Miami Hurricane fan walks by, sees my Alabama hat, and makes some comment about, tides going down or something like that. And I couldn't respond because I had a mouthful of hamburger. So all I could do was sit there and go, and just shake my head at the guy. So, the few days we spent in Gatlinburg was pretty cool. It was super cold. It was snowing up in the mountains. And so we got to spend some time up there. We were able to get one of the roads to the mountains was clear, so we were able to get up to some elevation via auto, and little short hikes, snow, really fun. Just a really fun trip. And then we got home. We got home on New Year's Eve. And I immediately went over to my friend's house. This family that all the kids, they had a son and daughter, of course, my sister and I. We're all like my sister's the oldest by a small fraction, and I'm the youngest by a small fraction. The other two, the brother and sister in the other family, are the daughter is a couple of months older than I am, and then the son is, I think he's a couple of years older, and so he's a little bit behind my sister. Went over there for New Year's Eve because back then it was a tradition. We spent what feels like every New Year's Eve with them. And so we went over there and had New Year's Eve. and I may have spent the night at their house. I can't remember. I just remember New Year's Eve, and then we watched the Sugar Bowl, which was the de facto national championship game between Miami and Alabama. Miami was ranked number 1 at the time. Alabama was ranked number 2, both undefeated. So winner take all. And Miami was favored. They had a high-powered offense, pass happy. Their quarterback, Gino Torretta, had won the Heisman Trophy that year. They had a all-world wide receiver named Lamar Thomas, super fast. They were doing a lot of trash talking. And I don't remember who all said what, but there was one guy that one Miami player said it was going to be a blowout. I think Lamar Thomas made some comment that, real men play man-to-man defense instead of a zone defense, which Alabama played a zone defense. Lots of trash talking. They were picking fights with our guys on the Strip in New Orleans. So, ball game time, right? And I don't know what the spread was, but again, Miami was favored. And from the opening kickoff, I believe Alabama kicked off to Miami, and we got down the field in coverage, and we tackled the guy that caught the kickoff deep in Miami territory, like maybe the 12, 15-yard line. And I said, we're going to win this game. And man, I don't think we ever let up. At one point, we had 11 guys on the line of scrimmage, and, the Miami offense didn't know what to do. Torretta had to call timeout because he didn't know what to do with 11 guys in the line of scrimmage on defense. There was a play. I think we had a couple interceptions. I know George Teague had an interception, returned it for a touchdown. But one of the craziest plays in the game was Miami was in their own territory, maybe around the 25, 30-yard line. Torretta throws I don't know what it would be, like a post, hits Lamar Thomas in stride down the sideline, and he's off to the races, man. He was wide open, and he's running. Got the ball. He's going. Well, George Teague ran him down, and somewhere around the 15 or 10-yard line, strips the ball from him and gets back. Obviously they're both full speed, so when he gets the ball, their momentum had continued to the end zone, and so he's able to turn around, and he ran out to about the 12. The crazy part is that play does not even stand because Alabama was offsides. And so one of the craziest plays that I've probably ever seen, it isn't even a play because we were offsides. But Alabama wound up winning that game 34-13, and it was really not even a close game. And Alabama won the national championship in 1992, and it was our first since the 1979 season. So what is that? 13 years we went without winning a national title, and man, it was sweet. It was sweet, and I remember after the game, George Teague, they said, "How sweet is it?" And he said, "Man, it's so sweet. I think I could eat a 5-pound bag of sugar, and it wouldn't be sweeter than this." But anyway, so that's a great memory. That was that holiday season, that week from Christmas to New Year's, just has a very fond memory for me, and it makes me feel good to think about that. So that's what I want to share with y'all. The memory of the 1992 football season, in particular the holiday season that year. Yeah, it was fun. It's a great memory. So I've been thinking about that today and wanted to share that with y'all. So I hope y'all have a great week. I'm off this week. I'm going to try to get some stuff done around the house and just enjoy some downtime. And I'm going to try to be on a regular schedule this week with a Wednesday review and a thank you Thursday. So I'll be seeing y'all in a couple of days. Until then, I bid you happy smoking and blessings to you and your family.